Sunseekers, welcome back to Someplace Sunny. Today is the fourth video in our 5-part series on health anxiety, and what we're going to talk about today is the importance of building a support system. We'll cover how to connect with others, talk to friends and family about your anxiety, find professional help, and we're even going to hear from individuals who have benefited from a support system. So if this is something that you or someone that you know and care about is affected by, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so that we can all travel this journey of healing together.
In the sun, it's already begun. You are my one. With a simple mind, we should find some more time. We don't need to worry at all.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Someplace Sunny channel. I'm Amy, if you haven't been here before. Today is our fourth video in our health anxiety series, and we are going to talk about finding that support system. So far, we have talked about what health anxiety is and is not, and practical guides and tips to manage it. If you missed those videos, you can find them here. Make sure you check them out. First, we're going to discuss why having a support system is absolutely crucial whenever you deal with health anxiety. It can be isolating. I'm one personally who, whenever I'm experiencing anxiety, especially way back whenever it first started, I wasn't one to run around and tell everybody. It's a little bit, for some people, embarrassing, especially if it's taking you a little while to get a diagnosis and you're not really sure what you're even experiencing. Second, I have found that if you haven't heard this before, I don't want anybody to think that they're alone in this, because you're not. But it is sometimes very difficult for people to understand it if they have never experienced it before. So, friends, family, and professionals play a vital role in this, and it's very important to find that support system, even though it's not the easiest thing always to do. So, how do you even start to build this support system? If you're dealing with this, you know that it's hard to talk to people anyway. So whenever your anxiety is high, it's really sometimes difficult. So what you want to do is you want to open up at a time whenever you're calm. You don't want to go talking to your best friend about having health anxiety whenever you're all wigged out. So it can be daunting. You want to choose, again, a time when you feel calm and in a comfortable environment. And you also want to be honest and clear. So this is something that I would start with. Something like, hi, Cindy, if I'm calling my girlfriend Cindy up on the phone. I've been dealing a lot with anxiety lately, and it's really affecting the way that I feel about my health. You want to tell them, how hard it is on you. So if you are maybe isolating yourself from your friend, or maybe being short, they can understand that it's not them, and you absolutely don't want to ruin friendships. You need them at this time. So you want to let them know that, maybe you are doing these things and that their support means a lot to you. Let them know how their support can affect you and how they can help. Let them know exactly what's going on in your mind. And it might be as simple as just having an ear to listen to it. Maybe, as simple as saying, you know what, Cindy, whenever I feel like this, can I call you? Or maybe if you're texting or calling me, I'm one who withdraws and I'm just going to back off for a little bit, but it has nothing to do with you. Though it's very important to relay these messages to your friends and family. And the reason this is so important, guys, is I want to share a little story. We're all about stories here at Someplace Sunny. And by the way, if you would like to submit your story, please visit us at www.someplacesunny.shop and click on Submit Your Story. You have no idea the stories that are coming in, and I'm so thankful that these videos and our social media are resonating with you Sunseekers. And your story can help somebody else that maybe is afraid to share their story. Or we have these sun seeker watchers, I call them, and they're watching your stories and they're gaining confidence from that. So I'm one who, whenever this journey first started 24 years ago, I was scared. I was terrified of my health. Absolutely terrified. It was debilitating, and it affected my life substantially. And I was one who, at the time, my best friend Cindy had moved to Vegas, and I withdrew from her. And that she didn't know what was going on because I wasn't sharing with her what was going on. So I would ignore a lot of her texts and calls. And this girl I have been best friends with since we were, I'm talking middle school. And it put a little dent in our relationship. She needed me at that time. Something traumatizing had happened to her in her life, and I couldn't be there for her because I was so overwhelmed with this terrible thought process. So it put a little damper on our friendship for a couple years, and thank God that we have such a good relationship, and it's lasted so long that after I explained everything to her, she came back around. But sometimes, guys, that may not always be possible. I have a friend group now who they do understand it to an extent, and whenever I withdraw from them, there's a little bit of anger sometimes. And I try my best to let them know that it's not them, that it's what I'm dealing with at the present time. So very, very important to get those emotions out, especially people that you're very close with. Okay, what happens whenever your friends and family just don't get it? And I don't know how many of you are in this situation, but I am. My very own mother, who I love dearly, she's older, and she's an obituary reader. Like, I don't get that. I don't get why people want to be, but I guess that generation, it's hard for me because I know that my mother would never, ever do anything deliberately to hurt me. But guys, mine is so bad that I cannot watch commercials on TV. I cannot hear about somebody who has the C word. I cannot hear about somebody who has a heart condition because I have the type of health anxiety that I literally develop symptoms of what I feel that I have. And that's the truth. Whenever I thought I had lymphoma, they were actually testing me for lymphoma because I had every symptom of it. I was having night sweats. I was having, I had the lump. I had it all. And I didn't have lymphoma. So this is a difficult one. You have to learn how to work through it, as I struggle with this every day because, she's my mother and she's older and I don't want to go off on her, but sometimes I do because I just repeat over and over and over, Mom, I can't hear that. Mom, I don't know this person. I don't know what they died from. And it's awful. What I try to do is people that are close to me, you have to deal with things sometimes. I'm not running away. I'm trying to make the best of what I have been dealt for my brain. But, whenever she calls me up and says that, it's tough. So sometimes backing away for a couple days is what I do, and then I go back. You need to set boundaries. I have another girlfriend who honestly does not see it. And I was doing really, really well until I went on a beach trip. And she sat down and told me, whenever I saw her for like 5 minutes, she told me 5 or 6 people that had these fatal illnesses, and people were getting organs harvested. And it was just, and at the time I was at the beach and I didn't really think about it. I kind of just, what I try to do is just change the subject. But when I got home and I went to my psychologist appointment, I had been internalizing that, and it just I literally broke down. And I told him it felt like there were arrows shooting at my brain from all different directions. If it's hard to address those situations, we have a mutual friend who addressed it for me, and I'm hoping that, it stops. So it's tough, guys. You can't really take it too serious. And I know that's easier said than done because this is one of my biggest struggles. And you don't want to go off on people and have a bad attitude. So the best thing that I found is I back off a little bit for a couple days, or when I'm talking to my friend, because I don't talk to her every day, I kind of just change the subject whenever those things happen. And it's tough. It's really tough. But with practice, you can do it. Okay, so if it's hard for you to find a support group, or again, like I said, guys, I believe that unless you've experienced it yourself, you just can't fully understand. So at some point in your journey with this, you may need to reach out for professional help. I have been seeing a psychologist for 24 years. I'm on my third and final one. And I have come so far and made so much progress with this. So to find a psychologist, you want to start researching therapists in your area. Websites like Psychology Today or Therapy Dead, they allow you to filter by your area, your location, your insurance. You can also ask your primary care provider to find a psychologist. And sometimes, guys, I know people that it may take them 2 or 3. You know, it's very important to kind of jive with your psychologist. You want to feel that connection. I've had 3. The second one I thought was my final one. I loved that man. We really connected, and unfortunately he passed away. So it was kind of tough whenever you have to start over and start from the beginning and tell that story again. But it's so worth it to find the right one. There are also support groups online with other people and in person. Sometimes you need to go to a group where other people are experiencing the same thing as you. Just like I talk about Someplace Sunny and sharing your story. It's so important. Please, guys, if there's something that I'm not talking about that you do, make sure to put those in the comments below, because other people, you have the ability to help other people. There are local groups as like Anxiety and Depression Association of America. You can check out online communities by just Googling on social media platforms. Someplace Sunny has a foundation. While you're over at someplacesunny.shop, check out our foundation. That is the sole purpose of it, is to help people suffering with these disorders. If you happen to buy any of our cool clothing over there, 5% of that, of all sales go to that foundation. And we have so many cool things coming down the pike with that to help. So join the conversation on Facebook and Instagram at My Someplace Sunny. So while we're talking about that, I would like to share a couple testimonials that are coming into our email. And they're from individuals who have benefited from having a support system. Our Sunseeker Lisa shared that joining a local support group helped her feel less alone, and provided practical advice from others who understand her struggles. Again, your story will resonate with someone. You are going through this so you can help somebody else. I truly, truly believe that. Another subscriber from Facebook, Tom, Sunseeker Tom. Hi, Tom, if you're watching. He mentioned that seeing a therapist specializing in health anxiety gave him the tools to manage his symptoms more effectively. Again, therapy has helped me greatly. I don't just believe in one thing. I believe in a bunch of things coming together. Again, if you've watched any of our other videos, I do daily meditation, I do breathing exercises, I read every single day, self-help books, I go to therapy. There's so many things that you can do to manage this, even though sometimes it seems completely unmanageable. So remember, building a support system when you're dealing with mental health challenges, especially health anxiety, it does take some time and effort, and you may have to go through several different groups to find the one that works for you, but the benefits are so worth it, guys. So if you're in the process of doing this now, please don't. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming and you just want to give up and say, forget it, I'll just deal with it by myself. And I promise you, if you keep trying to find that support system, it really does help. And also don't forget, it's so amazing to seek professional help. when you need it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That, of everything that I do, though most of the tips that I've learned have been through therapy. So really, really important. Even though it takes some time, you really need to hone in on finding that group of people that can help you. So that's all for today's video on building a support system for managing health anxiety. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Someplace Sunny for more content like this. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Sharing your own tips and experiences can really build a support system. Again, visit us at www.someplacesunny.shop, where we have all the cool gear for our sun seekers, for those managing and dealing with different anxiety, depression, and mental health challenges. Today I have on, this is one of my favorites, guys. It is, I'm sorry for what I said when it was winter. Because if you've been here before, my biggest challenge other than health anxiety is seasonal affective disorder. And as we're in August now, so as the months go on, we're really going to be trying, we're going to be talking a lot about SAD and its effects and things to do to manage it, because I'm here in Pennsylvania and these winters are long and brutal. So this shirt will be back probably around maybe November. If you're interested in it, make sure you drop a comment and maybe we'll bring it back sooner. We're so excited about the new collections coming out. There's a little hint that maybe something October is coming, so stay tuned for that. I'll have an update in Thursday's video because we do have a drop coming on Friday and we're so excited. So thanks for watching, and remember, even on your cloudiest days, let the sun break through. And it's so important, guys, to find your someplace sunny and take yourself there, either physically or mentally. It is truly where freedom and happiness reside. Until next time.